What's up, everybody? It's Darkstrider, the YouTube Assassin, and today I'm coming at you with another build. I've been asked a couple of different builds, so I've got right back to it. Today we're going into a Fire Assassin build, okay? So, what we've got so far, I have the Dagger of Kronos, has 15% warrior damage, which we're going to need because warrior damage affects fire damage. 15% damage with daggers, which this is a dagger and I love daggers lately. 40% damage when attacking from behind, which is great if you're an assassin. Attacking from behind is everything. Weapon damage becomes fire damage through that on because this, I really wanted to go with the fire theme, and it works. So going over to the Prometheus' Sika, we have again 15% warrior damage plus 20% fire damage. And if you notice on the right-hand side, there are two little dots because since we've been able to ascend to level 70, we now have the ability to actually increase some of the damage output on some of our items. So later on, I hope that this will be even further increased. It'll do like crazy amounts of damage. So I'm going to keep it going. 15% fire damage and build-up. That actually helps when we're like taking somebody out. Either we're doing a headshot or we're sneaking up on them from behind, stabbing them. The damage build-up is going to help us out. It's really going to help. So, also a staple of mine, 100% damage, but health cap to 25%. Now, this I use on a lot of my builds. Again, you don't have to use it. I say this on all my videos because some people really are not able to handle a 25% health cap. And I'd rather see you use something that you're able to really go with than something like this. But the damage comes out if you have the skill, if you have the confidence, all right? So try it out. And if you're going to be an assassin, instead of actually shooting arrows or something, you might want to be a little more sneaky. So this might help. It'll do like a lot of damage. Going along, we got the Hades bow, more warrior damage, more fire damage, basic arrows become fire arrows, and I added 20% damage with devastating shot ability. Devastating shot, you're going to be able to one-shot and do just this ridiculous amount of damage. I'll show you. It's absolutely crazy. Now, for my assassin gear, I actually went with the pirate set. Okay? Plus 15 assassin damage, plus 10% crit chance while full health. Now, I just did a bunch of research, and some people helped me along with comments, and I looked into like a lot of this stuff. Even though I'm at 100%, or 25% damage or 25% health with 100% damage, that still counts as full health. Even though it's 25% health, that's where my health is supposed to be. So as long as I have full health, I have a 10% crit chance. Now again, on the side, you'll notice the two dots. That means that this could even increase. So we'll see what happens. Then I added 20% fire damage just to really bring that damage home. And of course, the set gives us 15% damage with assassin abilities, which, as an assassin, if you're going to be sneaking around, you're going to be doing your thing, that helps out. My gauntlets, more assassin damage, 25% crit damage. Again, we can increase that. 5% crit chance I added, which again, we might be able to increase that. I'm going to see what we could do with it. I'm going to keep going, trying to improve that, and I'll let you know what happens later on down the line. The armor, we have 15% assassin damage, 25% adrenaline on assassination kill, which is going to help us really build up that adrenaline fast. And then I added 25% crit damage. Okay? The waistband, 15% assassin damage, 5% crit chance, 25% headshot damage. Now, this is another one that can increase over time, depending on how many headshots and everything that we do. One of the factors or reasons that I did this, that I put headshot damage, is because when we're playing with arrows, as you kind of should be, even though you're not a hunter, arrows are a very important part of this. You really do want that headshot damage. Going down to the treads, we have more assassination damage, 10% crit chance while full health, which again is not affected by our 25% life bar because it's capped. That means it is full health. And I added 20% fire damage. So those are the stats for that. Now moving to the abilities. Abilities, I have way too many ability points, and I know this. if you're going to do this kind of build, you really need to go with what is the most important. Okay, so we're going to start with the assassin tree. Assassin, shadow assassin is always a staple, helps you to like knock them out. Damage is increased by 40%. All right, we always like that. That's always good. We go to rush assassination. Rush assassination is fantastic, especially if you're going to be an assassin. If you're in an area that has like a lot of enemies and they're all close by, it's really good to be able to take out 4 enemies real quick and do this much damage. Along with our stuff that gives us the adrenaline on hit, this is a miracle worker for us. Now, critical assassination, if the enemy is a little too strong for you, you put this on so that way when you're sneaking up from behind, it actually does 300% assassin damage. That's why it's all the way to tier 3. So that's why I like to have that. Moving along, Stealth Master. As you're hiding in the bushes and the trees and everything like that, you don't want to be seen. You don't want to be caught. This makes you silent. So this is why I added this. Now, over here I have Hero Strike. This is a staple of mine. I like to use it as a means of control. And usually at this point, I one-shot people every time I use it. So if I really need to get out of there and you're in my way, I'm taking you out and I'm just continuing to run through. Vanish. This is something that we could use. You do like a Kaioken style move. Everybody goes blind. You have the chance to run into the bushes like you see in the little graphic. Or you could do the Shadow of Nyx where you're able to go completely invisible. And the only way that they see you is if you see in the animation, if you're standing in front of this guy as he's running down the road, he gets close, he'll see you. Animals, they'll sense you. So you really want to get as far away as you can. You could crouch, you could run. You just can't use a weapon. As soon as you use a weapon, it's over. You're visible again. So that's why you didn't want to use that in that way. Now, because I had so many extra points, Call to Arms I added. You don't really need this. The same thing with Slow Time. I just added it because it would just be nice every once in a while to be able to like slow up time, go a little faster. This is not necessary though, and neither is Call to Arms. The other thing that's not necessary here is Revelation. Like I do in all my builds, I use this just to catch stuff that I missed, people that I missed, reveal enemies that are nearby that I didn't see. Again, you don't need it. All right, moving to the Warrior Tree. You really need Second Wind, obviously. When I have my quarter health, I like to have Second Wind so that way I could get rid of any fire, any poison, and you really, really want to just increase that health real fast. You need that. The other thing that you like to have is Weapons Master and Gear Master. It increases your battle potential and increases your armor rating. That way, especially if you have a quarter health, you're absolutely squishy, so you really need this stuff here. Now, being that this is a fire build rather than a poison build, I went with flaming attacks. You really only need 1 rank in this. The 1 rank will actually allow you to activate this, which is more important, Fire Mastery. You handle fire like a pyromancer. Fire buildup is increased by 60%. Burning duration is increased by 6 seconds. Fire damage is increased by 40%. So that's what you really need because it just does amazing damage. It's out of control. Now, you also have Battle Cry of Ares. You really need this. You go into a Godly Rage for like, I don't know, well, it says 20 seconds. So for 20 seconds, you're in a Godly Rage and nothing could touch you. They could try to kill you. It's not going to kill you. A killing blow will just have you at 0 health. You won't die. And on top of that, you also inflict 50% more damage. So with all the other stats and everything that we already have, 50% damage of that is a lot. So we're really doing a lot of damage. Now, unnecessary in this tree, just because I had a lot of skill points, was Charged Heavy Attack. I like to use it when I'm sneaking up from behind in case I don't want to use my Hero Strike. It actually does swat enemies like that. It's a lot of fun. But again, it's unnecessary. Same with Sparta Kick. You don't really need Sparta Kick for this build. I don't use it at all except for like control. But again, it's not necessary for this build if you're low level, if you can't spare the points. So don't worry about that. Now, moving into the hunter tree, we added devastating shot, which if we're going to use a bow and arrow and we have the adrenaline to spare, we're going to use this. It's going to be out of control. You're going to do so much damage. I recently did over 400,000 points of damage with this devastating shot, Battle Cry of Ares, and a couple other things. So it should really work with this build, which is going to be amazing. Multi-shot, if you need to take out multiple enemies, this is the weapon you want to use. This is the thing you want to use. It'll kill like 8 people at the same time. So especially if you're on a battlefield, this is going to be phenomenal. This is going to do phenomenal damage. It's well worth it. You don't need Arrow Master. Again, I had all these extra points, so I put it in Arrow Master. Basically, Arrow Master allows you to craft every single arrow. So being that we're only going to be using fire arrows because we're using normal arrows that become fire arrows, we're really not going to need any of this stuff. But I put it there anyway. Now, Sixth Sense, I like to do this because you snap aim to the target. Even though I like to aim kind of manually, it doesn't hurt if you're really in a pinch. Moving up, Archery Master. This is great because it increases hunter damage, even though we don't have a lot of hunter damage. But it also increases headshot damage by 40%, which is great. So that's something that you really, you could think about using. You don't really need to have it. Overpower Bow Strike, that's another one that you really don't need to put a lot of ability points into. It's great when you're going to be in trouble and you just want to take one person out or a couple of people out. You shoot a powerful charged arrow that deals 1,500% hunter damage, and then it explodes on impact. So I mean, that's freaking amazing. Moving along, we have the Ghost Arrows of Artemis. I like this just because it goes through everything, and if I'm really stuck or I really want to avoid trouble and I just want to get somebody, like you can see in the animation, I want to get somebody through the wall, I'll use the arrow. It's fantastic. It's awesome. So again, what you really want are the things that I named in Warrior and Assassin, and you do kind of want some of these items that are here in Hunter. Okay, especially since you're going to be using arrows, because even though you're an assassin, if you got to get away, if you want to go from a distance, you don't want to be noticed, that's the way to go. Now, we'll take a look at the stats now. As you can see, warrior damage is 185%. That's really going to help out our fire damage. Assassin damage, 215%. That's self-explanatory. You're an assassin. You're going to just pummel these people. Hunter damage, 140%. That's actually pretty good for Hunter, especially when we're doing headshots. So that's actually really, really good. Going down to the damage modifier, you'll see that damage with headshots is 265%. Now that's absolutely amazing when you want to headshot somebody from a distance. That's actually fantastic. Going along, weapon modifiers, damage with daggers plus 15%. It's whatever. Critical hit chance, 25%. That's actually amazing. And then with full health, 45%, which is, again, amazing. Now, we have the critical hit damage at 150%, and that's really going to help us out when we're really, really working all our different abilities and everything. You're going to see how this works. Those are actually pretty good numbers. Those are decent. Armor bonus, 90%. We're squishy. We really do need that armor bonus. Ranged resistance, 10%. Again, squishy. I'll take 10% better than nothing. Going to the fire damage, 135% fire damage. The fire duration is 15 seconds, and we have a fire buildup of 175%, which is absolutely amazing. So not only are we going to burn them, we're going to burn them long, we're going to burn them good. So that's something we really, really need. And that's actually incredible numbers right there. And then moving over to utility, adrenaline on assassination kill, plus 25%. That's great. That means that every time we kill somebody, we're going to get plus 25% adrenaline, which is awesome. So we'll see how the build works. Here, I'll start off. I'll just try to sneak up behind this guy. I mean, that was self-explanatory. That was like a quick kill. All right, now, ooh, this is a guy. See, I didn't even notice this guy was here, and that's why I used that. All right, so let me try something. Let me just be a little funky. Let me do this, and then let me do this. Let me headshot this guy. 900. Did you see that? Over 900,000 damage. That is sick. Ah, I missed him.
I see someone. Watch my back.
I missed him again. I had chances to get them, and they stunk. Whoa. See, now we can just play with them. I mean, those are decent numbers right there. As long as you're able to, like, do it, as long as you're able to pull it off, those are some incredible numbers. Yeah, we'll go invisible. I mean, that's just sick. Take this guy out in his sleep. Didn't even know what hit him. You know what? Let's invite everybody. What's up, guys?
You can't be here.
But I am here. What are you going to do about it? Where is everybody? I want everybody to show up. Come on. Anything.
I'm gonna wring your neck.
Nope, you're not. Never back down. What kind of movies are you watching?
They're getting away.
Right, there we go. We'll go invisible, and then we'll try one of these. Wait, not climbing. What the heck are you doing? I mean, those are some big numbers. And then we'll hero strike this guy just to get out of the way. We'll do that because we don't like fire.
She could be anywhere. Spread out and move fast. Yes, sir. Keep down.
Can you just make it easy so I can get paid?
Oh, wow. I hear a mercenary.
Come back here.
And yes, I do realize that this is not how you assassin, but I'm trying to show off the build. I know, like always, somebody always complains that, oh, do you know what assassination is, man?
You will lose your life here. Get back here now.
Hesty the Feather Plucker is coming after me? That sounds kind of hot.
I see you. You won't last much.
There we go, mercenary taken down real quick. Let me see if I can get a nice distance shot over there. Let me see if I can get a really nice number over there. Come on, dude, hold still. Yeah, that's what I want. Nope, not that. Look at that. 800,000 damage. What are you talking about? Almost 400,000 right there. Ah, I missed them. Boy, I'm having no luck with the arrows today. Other than like really, really laying into them. Come on, guy. Well, he knows an arrow's there. Wow, I am doing really terrible with the arrows today. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, you're coming right for me. Wow. Okay, there we go. But still, that damage was not the best. But that's the build, and that's basically what you're doing. That's basically how you're playing it. You're really, you're seeing like a lot of major damage there, and when you don't actually finish the job, you're actually burning them, and the burn is so good. Wow, I am missing everything with this guy. He is just hiding right through the tree there. There we go. So there we go, like almost 200,000 in some cases. In some cases, it was almost 1 million, which is fantastic. Those are amazing numbers. And that's basically what you want to have happen when you're doing this kind of build. Now, obviously, if you're playing this kind of build, you're more focused on stealth. You're sneaking around and you're doing all that stuff. And you saw that I was just one-shotting everything as long as I was using my assassin abilities. So now with the hunter, it actually increases your chances of survival. It increases your ability to like go from a deep distance and just take people out. So that's why I like to kind of mix the two. And then on top of that, we also have a lot of warrior damage that we're going into because you need the warrior damage. The points in the warrior tree will help with the fire. So that's what you needed. Remember that. If you're going to do this in reverse and do a poison assassin build, everything that I showed you is going to go the other way, but with poison. And you'll be able to do major damage like that. I wouldn't take this into the arena. I would take this to the battlefield. I would take this definitely into a fort. And just roaming around, you do a lot of damage too. And on top of this, you got to remember as well, my stats aren't even full. I only have level 50 gear on. So it does level 50 damage. That's why everybody was in their level 50s. I'm only level 54. But just imagine what happens when all of this is actually upgraded and I'm full all the way to level 70. That's going to be absolutely amazing. So anyway, like I was saying, that's the build. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. And as I always say, in all these videos, you watching these videos are going to be the only time that you're going to see me before I see you. Thank you for watching.